the Legion of Boom. The name itself strikes fear into the heart of offenses. From 2011 to 2017, this unit redefined what defense meant. With future Hall of Famers like Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, and Cam Chancellor, the Seahawks were a powerhouse in the NFC, culminating in a Super Bowl 48 title. The following year, the Seahawks made it back to the Super Bowl, but came up 1 yard short.
Intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Unreal.
Following their defeat in Super Bowl 49, the unit began to fall apart. Defensive coordinator Dan Quinn left the team to become the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. I'm sure that worked out well for him.
Toss to White. He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl!
In Week 10 of the 2017 season, Chancellor suffered a neck injury that he would never return from. His career ended at just 29 years old. Sherman was released at the end of the 2017 season. He went on to play 3 seasons for the division rival 49ers before retiring after the 2021 season. Sherman was only 33 when he retired. Thomas remained with the team through the 2018 season, where he suffered a season-ending injury in Week 4. As he was being carted off the field, Thomas infamously gave his own sideline the finger, showing how soured the relationship between him and the organization had become. Thomas played the next season with the Baltimore Ravens and retired after the season at 30 years old. But what if it didn't happen that way? What if this unit stayed together? What if the injuries didn't end these Hall of Fame careers too early? And what if the Legion of Boom played together until they retired? This season on Madden NFL What If, we're going back to Madden 15, the game that featured the Legion of Boom on the cover. We'll see just how dominant this team would be without the injuries, and if they could bring more than just one Super Bowl title to Seattle. This is Madden NFL What If, Legion of Boom. So episode 1 didn't go the way we had hoped. We got off to a slow start, but we rolled off a lot of wins late in the season to win the division, and then we got bounced in the first round by a wildcard team, man. Absolute heartbreaker, but made some good moves in the offseason. We have bolstered the offensive line, brought in a top receiver in the second round that I think is really going to help Russell Wilson out. And hopefully things go better for us here in Season 2. Let's take a look at the team. We still have Russell Wilson as our starter. Blaine Gabbert is our new backup quarterback. And then we've got Marshawn Lynch, Robert Turbin. We have Lamell Hickson, the rookie that we drafted, 70 overall. So should be a good third option. And then at receiver, we have Percy Harvin, Doug Baldwin, and then we have Bram Anderson, 6'4" rookie out of Ohio State. We picked him in the second round. I'm really excited about this guy. I'm excited to see how he does in simulation this year. Tight end, we brought in Jacob Tamme to be our top tight end. We still have Luke Wilson there as well. And then the offensive line, we still have Russell Okung. We brought in Ben Grubbs in free agency. Max Unger still at center. We drafted Darian Tillman. I believe this was our first or third round pick, I believe. But he's a 74 overall as a rookie. And then we re-upped David Stewart. Actually, I think we franchise tagged him, if I remember correctly. So he's on a 1-year deal, still an 83 overall. So the offensive line, much improved from last year. That was one of our weaknesses last year. And then Michael Bennett's back. Cliff Averill is back. Brandon Mabane, Tony McDaniel. We drafted Julian Knight, a top rookie. Defensive end, Malcolm Smith, Bobby Wagner still here, KJ Wright, Bruce Irvin's here, Sherman, Maxwell Lane, and then Thomas and Chancellor are there as well. So just a few additions, mainly on the offensive side of the ball, to sort of help with the offensive line and give Russell Wilson some better targets. So hopefully we'll put up some more points offensively, and then the defense will continue to shut guys down. Let's start simulating. All right, so we are in Week 12, and we are 10-0 so far on the season, still undefeated, going up at home against the 49ers. I believe this is our second matchup with them on the season, so if we beat them again, we've basically locked down the NFC West. You can see the Cardinals and Rams are no competition at all. We currently have the number 1 offense in the NFL, which is where we struggled last year, so glad to see that's picking up. Marshawn Lynch is second in the NFL in rushing. Russell Wilson's having a good year passing. And Wagner and Sherman both are tied for the NFL lead with 5 interceptions. Robert Mathis, Clay Matthews, and Corey Lemonier are tied for the NFL league with 8 sacks. Tony Romo's leading the league in passing. Adrian Peterson leading the league in rushing. And Demaryius Thomas leading the league in receiving. Let's hop into this game and see if we can take down the Niners and stay undefeated. All right, so here we go. Big-time divisional matchup. The 49ers will get the ball to start the game. And Richard Sherman intercepts Colin Kaepernick. And we got the ball at the 10-yard line to start the game. And we're going to punch it in. Marshawn Lynch with a 10-yard touchdown run on the first play for the offense. And just like that, we're up 7-0. We force a 3-and-out. Come back down the field. Russell Wilson to Bram Anderson for a 7-yard touchdown. The rookie getting him a touchdown, and we're up 14-0 just like that on our rivals. Playing good. We get a field goal. We're up 17-0. All right, we're up 24-10, now 31-10. Doing good here in the second half. We're in the fourth quarter. We add some more points. They get a touchdown, but the efforts to come back will not be enough. We win it 41-26. We sweep the 49ers on the year, and we remain undefeated. Hey, undefeated season, still alive. All right, so in Week 16, we are 13-1. We did have another game against the 49ers. I guess I got confused on whether or not we had played them twice already, but we lost a game to the Niners. But we're still ahead by a couple of games in the division. Marshawn Lynch is now leading the NFL in rushing yards, but now we've got a bunch of players wanting contract extensions here, including Russell Wilson, Bobby Wagner, Marshawn Lynch, and Bruce Irvin, and Brandon Mamay. So we're going to have to start negotiating with these guys. And, I mean, Russell Wilson, he's going to want a big, fat contract. So we're going to offer him a good chunk of money here. We're going to offer 6 years, 138, see how he likes that. Hopefully he'll re-sign for that. And I guess we find out next week. We do want to keep Bobby Wagner around. We'll give him a big fat deal as well. Bump this up just a little bit to try to get him to stay. And we'll give Marshawn... we'll probably drop him down to about 3 years, try to bump up the money a bit. Throw an offer at Irvin. And then we'll let you walk. We do have a game against the Cowboys now. They're 11-3. They have the #1 offense, but they have an awful defense. We're going to hop into this game, try to secure the win in Jerry World against one of the better teams in the NFC. All right, in Jerry World against one of the best offenses in the league. We'll have the ball first, and we're going to march down the field, and we miss a 53-yard field goal. And then they punt it back to us. Let's see. We'll just start simulating through here. We get a field goal. We're up 3-0. Then we get another one, 6-0. Bit of a low score in first half here. No touchdowns. We get one final field goal there. So 9-3, now 17-3 after the touchdown two-point conversion. Now 24-10, 17-24. Let's see if the offense can get something here. No, we throw an interception. So we're going to hop in and try to shut down this Dallas offense here. With our
first down following the long play.
Defense.
Setting
up the screen, but Wagner's going to get in there and bring down DeMarco Murray. A loss on the halfback screen. They move back 5 yards. It'll be second and 15 coming up.
On first down. Now the
That'll take us to the 2-minute warning. They do have all three of their timeouts here.
Some tight games these past 2 weeks. They won one last week, but now they trail in another close one, Phil.
Jim, in these close games, which we seem to see almost every single week, it usually comes down to which team doesn't turn the football over.
And off the mark with the throw, he had Dez Bryant wide open.
They are in 4-down territory, and the defense knows that.
Yeah, and you get a situation like this, Jim, on the defensive side, you need one of your pass rushers to come through and get on that quarterback.
Third and forever. Throws to the right.
And he gets it to Witten. Chancellor's going to take him down. He goes out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 1:52.
When you can't hit the quarterback or put pressure on him,
they're going to come out in a punt formation here. So they're going to punt it to us near midfield with under 2 minutes to go. I guess they think that they can get a stop on us and get the ball back. So Harvin We're just going to let that bounce into the end zone for the touchback. Take that to the 20.
This will
We're going to try to run this clock out here with
for a
Marshawn Lynch.
touchback, and the ball will come out to the 20. They needed the ball back, and they got it off the punt. And now they need points, and they do have timeouts to work with here in the final 2
tight ends set here. We're going to hand it off to Lynch, and Matt immediately
use those timeouts in the first half.
Heading to the line for a third down play.
We're going to run it, make them use that final timeout. Last 37 left. I trust our defense. We're going to hand it off to Lynch here. He's going to get blown up in the hole again.
And they'll
only
try
gets
to
about 4
conserve time
yards
here with this
total on those
timeout.
3 carries, but we do force Dallas to use all of their timeouts. So now we can
And
punt it
it'll
back
be
to him
Ryan
here.
back to punt.
And not a great punt at all.
Bryant's got it on the
That's
fair
my
catch
bad there.
as the
That was a
offense
great
heads
starting
out now.
position near midfield at the 43. So basically where they
First
were at
down.
earlier
Let's see
when
what
they
come up
punted.
with here.
Now just without their timeouts, and only about 10 seconds came off the clock during that.
First down at the
Romo
43.
back to throw.
Tony
Now hit as he
Romo
throws,
across
and it's
the long
almost
pass.
intercepted. We had like 3 or
Almost
4 guys
intercepted.
get a hand
The
on it,
defense did
but it
everything
falls
right that
incomplete
situation.
there. Oh my goodness. Chancellor had a hand on it, and we had about 2 other guys get hands on that ball. Lucky for Romo and the Cowboys, that would have ended this game. Instead, it's 2nd down and 10 at their own 43. Romo under pressure, going downfield, and Maxwell again gets 2 hands on it, but can't haul it in for the interception. You've got to be able to pick that off. But once again, 3rd down and 10. All at their own 43.
The Seahawks with 2 extra defensive backs in the dime. 3rd and 10.
Romo checks down to Dez Bryant. He'll get the first and go down. Clock is ticking. Minute 12 remaining. They'll hurry up to the line here. Romo in the gun. First down at the 46-yard line of Seattle. Takes a man in motion here. Clock is winding. Romo back to throw. Now looks, going to fire for Witten over the middle. He'll catch it, go down, pick up 11. Clock is ticking, under a minute. They hurry up to the line, ball at the 35, and they'll spike it there. 46 seconds left. 2nd down coming up. We're going to bring a bit of a blitz here. See if we can get Romo down for a sack.
2nd down and 10.
Romo, quick throw, and he's going to find Witten, and we are able to keep him in bounds, but he's inside the 10, down at the 9. They're going to run up here and try and spike it with about 30 seconds left. 32 seconds left at the 9. Defense has to come up big with a stop here. 2 tight ends set. Romo under center. Williams in motion here. Romo back to throw. Has time, fires for Williams over the middle, but he's going to go down at the 5. Clock is ticking, 20 seconds left here. They're going to run a quick play. Romo has it, now looking, now fires into the end zone, and Earl Thomas knocks it down incomplete. And it'll be 4th and goal now. Earl Thomas with a great play to swat that ball down. And it is 4th and goal. This is for the game here. At the 5-yard line, 15 seconds remain. Romo back to throw, under pressure, and he's going down! Michael Bennett takes down Romo, and that is it. The Seahawks are going to win it 24-17 in AT&T Stadium. So a close one there against the Cowboys. We should have won that one by more. We had to settle for like 3 or 4 field goals, I think. So we should have blown them out, but we're able to get the win. Stats on the game: Wilson, 25 for 37, 257 yards, 1 touchdown to 1 interception. Marshawn Lynch, 24 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown on the day. Graham Anderson, 7 catches for 57 yards. Percy Harvin, 6 catches, 83 yards. Doug Baldwin, 5 catches for 51 yards. Jacob Tamme, 1 catch for 52 yards and a touchdown on the day. Defensively, Cam Chancellor had 12 tackles. Michael Bennett had the game-winning sack there at the end. Cliff Averill also with a sack. Earl Thomas with the 1 interception on the day, and a forced fumble by Tony McDaniel that he also recovered. And then Steven Hauschka was 3 for 4 on field goals on the day. All right, so this next week, Russell Wilson accepted his contract. Wagner accepted his. Marshawn accepted. Bruce Irvin accepted. Now Russell Okung wants a contract extension. It's 27. I'm willing to give him that. I'm willing to give him a deal. All right, so here we are at the end of season 2. We went 15-1 on the season, and we were tied with the Broncos for best record in the league. So perhaps a little Super Bowl rematch coming up between the Broncos and the Seahawks, hopefully, if we can make it there this year. But we do have the top seed in the NFC, so we have the first round bye. That's on the year. Russell Wilson had over 4,000 yards passing, 31 touchdowns, did have 15 interceptions, needs to cut down on that. He was only sacked 5 times on the entire year, so that new offensive line we brought in really helped. Marshawn Lynch, 327 carries, 1,800 rushing yards, 19 rushing touchdowns. Urban, 160 carries, 479 yards, and 9 rushing touchdowns. Russell Wilson, 63 carries, 169 yards, and 3 rushing touchdowns. Percy Harvin was our top receiver on the year, 94 catches, 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. Doug Baldwin, 87 catches, 950 yards, 5 touchdowns. The rookie, Bram Anderson, a very good rookie year for him, 66 catches, 872 yards, 9 receiving touchdowns. Love to see that from him. And then Jacob Tamme, our tight end, 56 catches, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. Love to see it. Bobby Wagner led us in tackles with 133, and then Bruce Irvin had 117, and then Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor each had 103. Cliff Averill with 12 sacks. There we go. I remember in the first video we didn't have that many sacks, but nice to see someone get double-digit sacks for us on the year. Michael Bennett had 7, and then Irvin and Jordan Hill each had 4. And then Richard Sherman has 7 interceptions. Bobby Wagner has 5. Earl Thomas with 4. Jeremy Lane with 4. Cam Chancellor with 3. Bruce Irvin with 2. And then a bunch of guys with 1. 3 forced fumbles on the year from McDaniel, Malcolm Smith, and the rookie Julian Knight. And then we recovered 1 of those. And then did we have any defensive touchdowns? 1 from Richard Sherman and then 1 from Harold Simon on the year. And then our kicker, Stephen Hauschka, was 26 for 30 on field goals. Not bad at all with a long of 49. And then perfect 71 for 71 on extra points on the year. In the NFL, Tony Romo led the league with over 5,100 passing yards. I think at this time that might be an NFL record. Nick Foles came in second, Jay Cutler in third, and then Ryan Mallett came in fourth. RIP to Ryan Mallett, former Arkansas Razorback legend. Romo also led the league with 41 passing touchdowns. Rodgers had 38, Peyton Manning with 37. And then Sam Bradford threw 35 interceptions for the Rams. Wow, no wonder they were so awful this year. Jacquizz Rodgers for the Saints led the league with 352 carries. He just barely got 1,000 yards with all those carries, averaged less than 3 yards a carry. Wow. Marshawn Lynch led the league in rushing again this year with 1,800 rushing yards. Also led the league with 19 rushing touchdowns. The next closest was a bunch of guys tied with 12. Julio Jones led the league with 130 catches. Antonio Brown was second. And then Demaryius Thomas led the league with 1,500 receiving yards. And then Dez Bryant led the league with 13 receiving touchdowns. Donald Butler of the Chargers led the league with 182 tackles, followed by John Bostic. 12 sacks was the league leader with Robert Mathis. So Cliff Averill was tied for the league lead in sacks there. 10 interceptions was the league leader by Vontae Davis. So NFL MVP goes to Tony Romo. Peyton Manning finishes second. Russell Wilson finishes third. And then Marshawn Lynch finished ninth. So we had 2 guys in the top 10 for MVP voting. And then we won Coach of the Year with Pete Carroll. So that's nice to see. And then in the NFC, Offensive Player of the Year goes to Tony Romo. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Michael Kendricks. Bobby Wagner finishes third. Bruce Irvin finishes fifth. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Devon Hale. And then Bram Anderson finished third in that voting. And Marshawn Lynch wins Best Running Back. Dez Bryant wins Best Receiver with Percy Harvin finishing second. Cliff Averill finishes second to Cam Jordan in Best D Lineman. Richard Sherman finishes third for Best DB. And then Stephen Hauschka finished fourth for Best Kicker. All right, so we got our first round bye, and now we are facing the Cowboys again with the NFL MVP Tony Romo, with Dez Bryant, with that great offense that they have. But we beat them once in their stadium. Now they're coming up to CenturyLink Field with the 12th man. We're going to try to beat them again and move on to the NFC Championship game. In Seattle, NFC Divisional Round playoffs. Hopefully we can get past our first playoff game this year. We'll have the ball first. We don't score, but we get it back. We're up 7-0, and we get another touchdown, 14-0, now 21-0. We're going to make it 28-0. We do 28-0 at halftime. We are blowing out the Cowboys. Tony Romo is choking in the playoffs yet again, and we are going to blow them out of the water. We win it 28-7. Wasn't even close. We didn't even have to score in the second half. We did all our scoring in the first half. Tony Romo, the NFL MVP, goes down. Stats on the game: Russell Wilson, 20 for 27, only 135 yards, had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's what we like to see. Marshawn Lynch, 21 carries, 104 yards and a touchdown. Robert Turbin got 13 carries for 49 yards and a touchdown. Russell Wilson, 9 carries for 34 yards on the day. Doug Baldwin, 4 catches for 26 yards and a touchdown. Percy Harvin, 4 catches, 36 yards. Jacob Tamme, 4 catches, 23 yards on the day. Bruce Irvin led us with 9 tackles and 2 sacks on the day. Brandon Mebane also had a sack on the day. And then Jeremy Lane and Bobby Wagner had interceptions for us. Did we have a defensive touchdown? We did not, but that's okay. We win at 28-7. We're moving on to the NFC Championship game. Now, in the NFC Championship game, we're facing the Detroit Lions. So not a team I was expecting to see, but you've got Calvin Johnson still. You've got Matthew Stafford. They probably still have Ndamukong Suh at this point. This might be when they had Reggie Bush as their running back as well. I can't remember exactly, but this should be an interesting game. Do the Lions get to their first Super Bowl in forever, or do we get back and try to build what happened a few years ago into a full-on dynasty? All right, so it said this Lions team was a 90 overall. Matthew Stafford is a 99 overall. They also have a rookie quarterback as the backup as well. Reggie Bush is a 92. Joique Bell is a 90. This is when, overalls in Madden were a little bit weird. They fluctuated a lot based on what sort of scheme you're running. Calvin Johnson, of course, a 99. Eric Ebron, a 91. Wow. The offensive line looks really good. The defense looks good. You got Ziggy Ansah. You do still have Ndamukong Suh, who's a 99, and Nick Fairley as a 99. Wow, Stephen Tulloch there. Okay, yeah, this is a pretty good team. Secondary looks a little bit weak. All right, we might be in for a rough one today. All right, NFC Championship game. Let's start simulate and see how this goes. And they take a quick 7-0 lead. We come back down and get a field goal. And we get a touchdown. We're up 10-7. Now we're going to go up 17-7 here going into halftime, it looks like. And we just got to keep things going. They get a couple more scores. It's 17-13, now 24, now 31-13. Couple of back-to-back touchdowns there. Big for us to secure this late lead. And that's going to be enough to send us back to the Super Bowl, baby. We are NFC champions. Stats on the day: Wilson, 23 for 30, 202 yards. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Our punter threw a pass apparently for 13 yards. Interesting. Marshawn Lynch, 18 carries, 109 yards with a touchdown. Robert Turbin, 14 carries, 37 yards. Russell Wilson, 12 carries, 39 yards, and a touchdown on the day. Marshawn Lynch had 4 catches for 6 yards. Percy Harvin, 4 catches, 77 yards and a touchdown. Jacob Tamme, 4 catches for 38 yards. Doug Baldwin, 4 catches, 35 yards and a touchdown. Bram Anderson, 4 catches for 18 yards. And then Bobby Wagner led us in tackles with 9 on the day. We had 2 sacks, 1 from Jordan Hill, 1 from Brandon Mebane, 1 interception by Richard Sherman, and no defensive touchdowns on the day. And we are here in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. So what would have been the real-life matchup in Season 1 if we had made it to the Super Bowl, we now get here in Season 2, going up against Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, Rob Gronkowski, and all of them. Are we going to prevail this time, or will history repeat itself? Hopefully not. Let's see what happens. Let's get into Super Bowl. What number is this even? It doesn't even say the number, so I think this is like Super Bowl 49, I think, I want to say. All right, here we are in Super Bowl 50. It is Super Bowl 50. I saw when they were doing the pregame, they had the patch on, and they had the accurate patch. I'm surprised. This game was a few years before Super Bowl 50, but they did have like the golden 50 patch where it was the numbers instead of the Roman numerals, which they actually did in real life for Super Bowl 50. But let's see how we do against New England in the Super Bowl. We're up 7-0 early here, but Brady's going to march down the field, tie it up. We get ourselves a field goal. Defense is looking pretty good here so far. It's 10-10. Are we going to get more points for halftime? We do. We get a touchdown right before halftime. We come out and get another one. We get another one. We're up 21. We're up 28, 38-10. We are going to take the Super Bowl. We're going to blow out the Patriots just like we did the Broncos. 48-24 is your final score. We are Super Bowl champions.
The Super Bowl
And
has
there
been
we
won
are,
by the
running out
Seattle
onto the field. The
Seahawks.
confetti is
The
falling
Lombardi
in
Trophy
Tampa
is
Bay.
headed to the
2
Great
Super Bowls
Northwest.
in 3 years for this Seahawks team. The Legion of Boom gets its second Super Bowl that it was never able to get in real life. Marshawn Lynch there getting dogpiled on by Coleman, and I think that's Thomas there. But Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, Cliff Averill, Bobby Wagner, Earl Thomas, Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch, Doug Baldwin, the rookie offensive lineman that we brought in, Bram Anderson. Marshawn Lynch gets Super Bowl MVP. You love to see it.
So there it is, the Lombardi Trophy.
There's the owner there with the Lombardi Trophy, Marshawn Lynch, Pete Carroll, lifting up the Lombardi for the second time. And now we've got to go into the offseason and try to keep this team together and see if we can win another one next year. Stats on the day: Wilson, 22 for 35, only 164 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. I don't think he threw a single interception in this playoff run, which is huge for us. Robert Turbin, 14 carries, 50 yards and a touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, 14 carries, 151 yards. He averaged over 10 yards a carry and had 2 touchdowns. And then the fullback, Derek Coleman, got a 3-yard carry for a touchdown. Doug Baldwin, 8 catches, 57 yards. Percy Harvin, 6 catches, 42 yards, and a touchdown. Jacob Tamme, 2 catches for 36 yards. Marshawn Lynch also added a receiving touchdown, so he had 3 total touchdowns in this game. That's awesome to see. Earl Thomas led us with 12 tackles on the day. We didn't have any sacks on Tom Brady, but Richard Sherman got 2 interceptions. Byron Maxwell had 1. Bruce Irvin had 1. So Brady threw 4 picks in the Super Bowl. Wow, so much for your GOAT there. All right, so we're here in the re-signing period. And we've got our fullback here. We've got Brandon Mebane. Russell Okung needs a new deal. Byron Maxwell, Jeremy Lane both need new deals. David Stewart needs a new deal. We've got a lot of guys that we're going to have to re-sign. Keep this team together. And we only have about $18 million in cap room. Honestly, we might have to let Maxwell walk. I definitely want to keep Okung if we can. Let's try and bump this up a bit. We'll up it to 5 years. And he's not interested, so I don't think we'll be getting him back. We're going to try to bring back Jeremy Lane. This might be where some guys choose to walk and test free agency. We'll see if we can get David Stewart back. If we can get Stewart back, then we can just franchise tag Okung. I think we got him back, so I'm going to use the franchise tag on Russell Okung. It's 10 mil. But, I mean, that's an 89 overall left tackle that we get now. Lane's not interested. Byron Maxwell come back, offering him all I can here. We may have to look and see if we can get some guys that we can release to get some cap relief here. I wasn't really able to find anywhere that we could get cap relief, so we only have about $2 million in cap space here. There are some big-name free agents out here, but we're not really going to be able to go after any of them, at least not for now. But we do have the majority of our core under contract for at least 2 more seasons. So hopefully by the time they come due for new contracts again, we'll be able to move some money around and get some cap relief, hopefully. All right, so it is time for the NFL draft. We didn't get to do really anything in free agency. So this draft, I'm going to focus on building depth for the defense. And I did scout a lot of guys. I also need some running backs as well. Let's see. We had some guys scouted here. This one looks really good to me. Agility's a bit low, but A speed, A acceleration, B elusiveness, B ball carrier vision. Trucking looks good. Spin and juke are okay. I think we're going to go corner. We need some corner with losing Jeremy Lane and Byron Maxwell. Got a couple of guys with A man coverage and B zone coverage, and their speed looks good as well. Gonna be one of these 2 guys here that we take. I think we're gonna take. He's not supposed to go till the 2nd round, but I don't think we'll get him in the 2nd round. So I think we go with this corner that we really like. Well, this running back is still here. Let's go take a look at him. He's a second round projected as a B speed rating, B acceleration, or B agility, A acceleration, decent ball carrier vision, decent stiff arm and spin move. So I think we'll go back and select the running back here. Brady Harden. Oh, I accidentally advanced. I wanted to trade down. Crap. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I thought I was on the trade button. I meant to hit back instead of hit X. Oh, no. Oh, well. So we drafted a tight end, it looks like. We needed one of those anyways. All right, let's see who's still here from our scouted. It looks like mostly running backs. It's all running backs. And then some D tackles. Which one do we go with? Which one had the better production grades and stuff? So they both had, this had a 27, he had an 18. We'll go with Gilmore here, and then we'll just simulate the rest of the draft because all my guys got taken. All right, so here's our rookie class, and our top pick in the first round, the corner, is a 72. That's not bad. A little bit better would have been nice, but not awful. We do get Harden out of Wisconsin, a decent running back. Let's check out some of the ratings here. I want to see the speed. This corner has 88 man coverage. He has 67 press, 73 pursuit. He has 90 speed. The running back we got has 87. This other running back, or no, this is a corner with 94. The other running back had an 89 speed. Corner only has 45 tackle. Oof. He has 82 zone, so it doesn't look awful, but not as good of a draft class as we had last year. We definitely need some depth along the defense and the defensive front. So we might add that in the preseason, but that's going to wrap things up for this video, y'all. We got ourselves a second Super Bowl. We've got 2 Super Bowls in 3 years now with the Seahawks, and we're just going to try and keep this going as long as we can. So let me know if you like this video. Let me know down in the comments. Let me know if there's something you think I should change up about how we're doing the episodes. And then if you enjoyed it, also make sure to leave it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the rest of this series. And for all things sports gaming news and updates, stay tuned to Sports Gamers Online. I'm Brandon Satterwhite with SGO. Thank you for watching.